In this video, we're going to explore the new feature introduced in version 30 of MPanel Pro to add a reaction angle to the reinforcement patch when we add a clamp plate. We'll also explore another option to add a reinforcement patch using the panel modification tool, which now includes an estimate of the corner reaction angle. So we're going to use MPanel Core this time to operate MPanel Pro. So this is our own lightweight CAD interface to operate any of the MPanel Pro products, as well as the suite of apps that we're introducing. So here we've built a simple sail. I purposefully distorted the shape of the sail so that we will have an imbalance in the cable tensions. So this longer edge will have a higher tension, as will this one, and these two, which are at 90 degrees, should have the same tension in this corner, but will have different tensions from this cable to this cable, and therefore we anticipate that we're going to have non-central reaction angle. In other words, it will not bisect the corner angle. So this is a flat sail, so it's easy for us to check the results. I'll make a copy of the mesh itself down here, which I'm going to use later to panel and then use the panel modification tool to add rios in the corner. Here I've got a copy of the same sail with the 3D polyline, and we'll start by adding a clamp plate with these settings. So we've only got a clamp plate of 50 millimeters wide with a 300 millimeter radius from the corner to the outside of the clamp plate. Note, we're going to insert on the mesh corner at the poly node. So the poly refers to the polyline around the outside. So I select the mesh and the poly, and it's going to add a clamp plate to every corner. We can see we've got the clamp plate and the reinforcement patch, and here we can see the reaction angle which will be added to the reinforcement patch. And as we anticipated, here we've got a longer side, higher tension than we do than this edge, and therefore the reaction is going to swing towards the longer side. Here the forces are equal, 90 degree corner, and the same distance on each side, so the same cable tension. So here we can see the reaction angle is estimated to be in the middle. And again here we've got a longer edge and a short edge, higher tension on the longer edge, and so the estimated reaction angle swings towards the longer side. Now this corner, the clamp plate is too small, so I'm going to delete this, and I've added a line here which is cyan. So we're now going to modify this to now select the mesh and corner with the cyan line, and I'm going to increase this to 500 millimeters to make the clamp plate slightly bigger. So we select the mesh, shift, select the cyan line, and run the tool, and now we've got a reasonable clamp plate. And we can see the reaction angle is somewhat offset because we have two fairly long sides, long edges. Okay, with this we can now make a copy, two copies. We don't need the 3D polyline. We're going to simply panel this into a single panel. One panel, click OK, run the tool, delete old, and there's our panel. Ignore the panel number. This is panel number 93 in this particular drawing, but here we can see the reinforcement patches and the clamp plate detail has been added to the panel itself. I'm going to make a copy of this. We'll make two copies of this. I'm going to bypass using the compensation and simply go straight to seams, and I'm adding just 50 millimeters, say 2 inches around the outside for all edges. Delete old. We'll take another copy and using the seaming tool, we're going to add rebates. Delete Alt, and here's the panel ready to cut out with the cutouts for the clamp plates ready to go to the plotter. With the unseamed panel, we'll make 2 copies, and this time we'll use the seaming tool again. We'll make the clamp plates. So here are the clamp plates ready to manufacture at the steel fabrication or add on any additional steel for the base plate. Again, with the seaming tool, we'll create the reinforcement patch. Delete Alt. So here's the reinforcement patches with the reaction angle included on each of the reinforcement patches. Now, an alternative method for this is to simply panel this mesh. This time I'll panel it into 3 parts. Delete Alt. And we're going to use the panel modification tool. Select the left panel and these 2 corners. We're going to make a patch using a radius at 500 for these 2 corners here on this panel. Delete Alt. And there are our reinforcement patches with the reaction angle drawn on them. On this panel, because we have different radiuses, we'll first do the bottom right, deselect these 2 corners, do this corner with the same settings, cool, delete Alt, and then this corner we had another 200 millimeters of radius. Run the tool, delete Alt. So in summary, we have 2 methods to produce reinforcement patches or fabric doublers, which include an estimate of the corner reaction force angle, either with the panel modification tool, or if we use clamp plates, parametric clamp plates, which also applies when we use a corner disc. Thank you for watching. For more information, please contact support@mpanel.com.